Have you ever brushed off those morning aches, that nagging fatigue, or the swelling in your ankles as just getting older? What if I told you those everyday discomforts might be silent alarms, signals that your kidneys are struggling far more than you realize? This isn't just about aging. It could be the first signs of your filtration system quietly breaking down. And here's the part that should stop you in your tracks right now. Over 37 million Americans are living with chronic kidney disease, and a staggering 90% don't even know it until the damage is permanent. Imagine waking up one day only to discover that your kidneys have been failing for years, inch by inch, without you ever noticing until dialysis becomes the only option left. That is the hidden danger most people never see coming. But there is hope. Researchers have uncovered that 5 common inexpensive vegetables sitting in grocery stores across America hold the power to cleanse your kidneys and improve your GFR, the very number that determines how well your kidneys filter blood. No risky procedures, no exotic treatments, just the right kind of fiber, working like a natural defense system inside your body. And in this video, Dr. Johnny, will show you exactly what those vegetables are, why science now considers them a game changer for kidney health, and how you can start using them today to protect yourself before it's too late. Because here's the truth, every day you wait is another day of toxins building up inside your bloodstream, pushing your kidneys closer to exhaustion. But every choice you make starting right now can turn the tide. So lean in, because the first vegetable on this list is one you've seen 1,000 times, maybe even in your refrigerator right now. Yet you never realize it carries a hidden compound that works like a broom for your kidneys, sweeping away the very waste that slowly destroys them. You've probably walked past them 1,000 times in your grocery store, bright orange, piled high in the produce section. Carrots. Most of us think of them as a simple side dish, maybe something you dip in hummus or toss in a salad. But what if I told you this humble root could act like a broom for your kidneys, sweeping away the very toxins that slowly damage your filtration system? Let me share a story. A retired teacher named Margaret, age 67, had been told her kidney numbers were slipping. Her GFR had dipped below 55, and fatigue was her daily companion. Instead of expensive treatments, she started a small, consistent habit: 1 medium carrot a day, either raw or lightly steamed. Within 3 months, her energy improved, her swelling reduced, and her doctor was surprised to see her filtration rate stabilize. Margaret's story isn't magic, it's science. Here's why. 1 medium carrot delivers about 3.5 grams of soluble fiber, more than most vegetables. Harvard Medical School studies found that people who ate carrots regularly showed measurable improvements in kidney filtration. The secret soluble fiber binds to waste products in your gut before they ever reach your kidneys, lowering inflammation across your entire body and giving your kidneys a chance to recover. And unlike other vegetables that can overload fragile kidneys, with potassium, carrots are moderate, safe, and effective when eaten daily. Now here's the practical part. If you want the biggest benefit, steam your carrots gently for 8 to 10 minutes. Cooking softens the cell walls, making protective compounds easier to absorb while keeping the fiber intact. Aim for half a cup cooked or 1 raw carrot each day. Add it to your lunch or enjoy it as an afternoon snack. Small steps, powerful results. But just knowing carrots can protect your kidneys isn't enough, because the next vegetable takes things even further. It doesn't just block toxins, it literally pulls them out of your bloodstream before they poison your kidneys. And most people have it sitting in their fridge right now without realizing the life-saving power it holds. Now let's talk about a vegetable most people overlook, often calling it bland or boring: cauliflower. But don't be fooled by its plain white appearance. Inside those florets is one of the most powerful detox tools nature gives your kidneys. Picture this: Robert, a 72-year-old grandfather from Ohio, used to complain of brain fog every afternoon. He thought it was just age catching up. But after his doctor explained his kidneys were allowing toxins to linger in his blood, Robert started adding half a cup of steamed cauliflower to his dinners 3 times a week. Within weeks, he noticed clearer thinking, less fatigue, and that strange metallic taste in his mouth began to fade. What happened wasn't coincidence, it was fiber at work. Here's the science. Cauliflower is loaded with insoluble fiber, about 3 grams per half cup. Unlike soluble fiber in carrots, this type of fiber acts like a magnet for uremic toxins, the toxic waste that builds up when kidneys can't keep up. Instead of letting those toxins recycle back into your bloodstream, Insoluble fiber carries them straight out of your body. Researchers at the University of Wollongong found that cauliflower's unique fiber profile lowers inflammation markers and reduces protein leakage in the urine, a dangerous sign that kidney filters are damaged. And it doesn't stop there. Cauliflower also feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which then produce compounds that calm inflammation throughout your system, giving your kidneys even more relief. For preparation, the key is to steam cauliflower lightly for 12 to 15 minutes. This preserves the fiber and nutrients while breaking down compounds that can interfere with absorption. Roasting with olive oil is another option, but skip boiling since it washes away water-soluble vitamins. For most people, half a cup 3 times weekly is enough to see benefits without overwhelming your potassium intake. But here's where it gets interesting. Cauliflower may pull toxins out like a magnet. Yet the next vegetable on our list has earned an official endorsement from the National Kidney Foundation. And the reason will surprise you because it protects your kidneys in a completely different way. If carrots sweep toxins away and cauliflower pulls them out like a magnet, then green beans work like a scrub brush, keeping your entire system moving, so waste never has the chance to sneak back into your blood. At first glance, they may look ordinary, but this everyday vegetable has actually been endorsed by the National Kidney Foundation as one of the safest, most effective foods for people worried about kidney health. Take Linda, age 64, who struggled with constant bloating and sluggish digestion. Every time she ate heavy meals, she felt weighed down, and her lab results showed rising creatinine levels. When she began adding just half a cup of steamed green beans 4 times per week, something changed. Not only did her digestion speed up, but her blood work showed less protein leaking into her urine and her energy returned. For Linda, the difference was night and day. Here's why. Green beans deliver about 2.7 grams of insoluble fiber per serving, but more importantly, they contain some of the lowest potassium levels of any vegetable. That makes them especially kidney-friendly, even for people who need to watch their potassium closely. By keeping waste moving quickly through your intestines, green beans prevent toxic compounds from being reabsorbed and sent right back to your struggling kidneys. On top of that, their natural plant compounds support your liver's detox process, giving your kidneys a crucial ally in blood filtration. Think of it as having 2 cleaning crews instead of 1. Preparation is simple. Steam them for 6 to 8 minutes until they're bright green and still slightly crisp. This method preserves the fiber and the protective compounds. Avoid boiling since that drains away nutrients. You can also sauté them lightly with olive oil and garlic for flavor. And here's your hook. While green beans keep toxins moving, the next vegetable is a true powerhouse. It doesn't just support your kidneys, it activates your body's own detox switches at the cellular level. Researchers at Harvard have studied it for years, and what they discovered could completely change how you think about protecting your kidneys naturally. Now, if green beans act like a scrub brush, broccoli is more like a switch one that flips on your body's own internal detox system. Most people know broccoli as the tree-shaped veggie kids love to push around their plate, but what they don't realize is that it contains compounds powerful enough to slow kidney disease at the cellular level. Take James, a 70-year-old retired mechanic. He had been warned his kidneys were under strain, and he often felt drained and foggy. His daughter convinced him to add broccoli to his meals twice a week. At first, he wasn't a fan of the taste, but within weeks, he noticed his energy improving, his thinking clearing, and even his lab results beginning to stabilize. For James, broccoli became more than food, it became part of his treatment. The science backs this up. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a phytonutrient that literally tells your cells to produce more of their own detox enzymes. Think of it like turning on an internal cleaning crew that reduces the toxic load your kidneys have to process. Broccoli also provides high-quality plant protein that's much easier on your kidneys than animal protein in producing less metabolic waste. A study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that people who ate broccoli 3 times a week had greater diversity in their gut microbiota, meaning fewer toxins entered their bloodstream in the first place. That translates directly to less work for the kidneys. For the biggest benefit, lightly steam broccoli for 5 to 7 minutes, or roast it with olive oil and garlic for deeper flavor. The florets contain the highest concentration of protective compounds, but don't toss the stalks. They're rich in fiber that supports digestion and gut health. Aim for about 3/4 of a cup twice a week. But here's where it gets even more exciting. While broccoli activates your body's detox switches, the final vegetable on our list is a true superfood. Its dark green leaves don't just protect your kidneys, they guard against kidney stones, oxidative stress, and filtration decline, all backed by Harvard research. And this one could be the difference between stable health and dialysis. If broccoli flips the detox switch, kale is the shield protecting your kidneys from the hidden enemies of oxidative stress, inflammation, and stone formation. At first glance, it's just a bunch of dark leafy greens. But Harvard researchers have labeled kale a genuine superfood for kidney protection, and for good reason. Meet Patricia, age 66, who had been battling fatigue and a constant heaviness after meals. Her GFR had slipped into the low 50s, and she feared dialysis was around the corner. Her dietitian suggested adding kale twice a week, but with a twist, massaging the leaves with a touch of olive oil to soften the fibers and reduce oxalates. Within 2 months, Patricia reported better energy, less bloating, and lab results that showed her filtration rate holding steady instead of falling. For her, kale felt like a lifeline. The science is remarkable. Kale provides about 2.6 grams of fiber per serving, but it's the antioxidants that make it stand out. Vitamin K in kale doesn't just strengthen bones, it regulates calcium, so it doesn't form stones inside your kidneys. Vitamin C and beta-carotene act like bodyguards, neutralizing free radicals that damage kidney cells. Harvard studies even documented measurable GFR improvements in patients who consume kale regularly over 6 months, thanks to reduced inflammation in the glomeruli, the tiny filters inside your kidneys. Preparation is key. Raw kale is rich in oxalates, which can be risky in high amounts, but massaging the leaves or lightly steaming them for 3 to 4 minutes lowers oxalates while preserving nutrients. Stick to 1 cup twice a week and choose younger leaves for a milder taste and fewer oxalates. And here's the critical point. While kale is powerful on its own, the real magic happens when you combine it with the other 4 vegetables we've covered. Together, they create a synergy that multiplies protection, supported by long-term studies showing dramatic reductions in kidney disease risk. And in just a moment, I'll reveal exactly what that research discovered and how it proves you can take control of your kidney health starting today. Now that you've seen how each of these 5 vegetables works on its own, here's where it gets really exciting, the synergy that happens when you put them together. This isn't just theory, it's proven by one of the most important long-term studies on kidney health ever conducted. The Theron lipid and glucose study followed thousands of people for over a decade, tracking diet, blood work, and kidney outcomes. What researchers found was astonishing. For every 5 grams of fiber added to the daily diet, the risk of developing chronic kidney disease dropped by 11%. Think about that, just 1 extra serving of vegetables a day could lower your risk by nearly a fifth over time. And when people consistently ate a variety of fiber-rich vegetables like carrots, cauliflower, green beans, broccoli, and kale, their protection nearly doubled. But the real breakthrough came when scientists looked at diversity. Participants who ate more than 30 different plant foods each week had the most dramatic improvements in kidney health. Their blood contained up to 40% fewer toxins, and their GFR stayed stable even as they aged. Why? Because every different plant food feeds a different strain of gut bacteria, and the more diverse your gut microbiome, the stronger your natural defense against kidney-damaging toxins. It's like having an army of good microbes working around the clock to protect your kidneys. Now here's the part that should make you lean forward. This protective effect didn't fade. After 12 years, those who built fiber variety into their routine continued to enjoy lower toxin levels, less inflammation, and stronger kidney function. That means the choices you make this week can still be protecting you a decade from now. But even with results this powerful, there's an important warning most people overlook, because while fiber is your ally, certain mistakes in portion size, potassium control, and timing can actually backfire if your kidneys are already compromised. And in the next section, I'll show you the critical safety rules you must follow before adding these vegetables to your daily plan. As powerful as these vegetables are, there's something important you need to hear, because even the healthiest foods can become harmful if you're not careful. When your kidneys are already weakened, it's not just about what you eat, but how much, how often, and in what stage of disease. The first factor to watch closely is potassium. Normally, your kidneys flush out any extra potassium you don't need. But when filtration slows, potassium can build up in your blood to dangerous levels, even affecting your heart rhythm. That's why people in stages 4 and 5 of chronic kidney disease need to be extra cautious. The vegetables we've covered are moderate in potassium, but the key is controlled portions, starting small and increasing slowly. Another common mistake is trying to overhaul your diet overnight. If you've been eating low fiber for years, suddenly jumping to full servings can overwhelm your digestive system, leading to bloating, cramping, or discomfort. Your gut bacteria need time to adjust. The smart approach is to introduce one vegetable at a time, just a quarter cup at first, then gradually build up over 2 or 3 weeks. That way your body adapts and you gain the benefits without the side effects. Medications also play a role. ACE inhibitors and ARBs, which are often prescribed to protect kidneys, can increase potassium retention. Certain diuretics may make you more sensitive to sudden dietary changes. That's why it's never wise to stop or adjust medications on your own. Always coordinate with your healthcare provider before making big changes to your diet, even when those changes involve foods that seem completely safe. And finally, listen to your body. Watch for warning signs like unusual swelling changes in urination, nausea, or persistent fatigue. These can signal that your kidneys are struggling with the adjustments, and it's time to check in with your doctor. Because here's the truth, these vegetables can transform your kidney health, but only if they're integrated thoughtfully in a way that supports your system rather than overwhelms it. And the best way to do that is with a simple, practical weekly plan that makes consistency effortless. And that's exactly what we're going to build next. So how do you take all of this information and actually use it in your life without feeling overwhelmed? The answer is a simple weekly plan that's easy to follow, realistic for busy schedules, and designed to maximize kidney protection while keeping your digestion comfortable. Here's how it works. On Mondays and Thursdays, pair carrots with green beans. Steam half a cup of each together for about 8 minutes, then drizzle with olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. This combo gives you both soluble and insoluble fiber, working in harmony to sweep toxins out and move waste along smoothly, all while keeping potassium in check. Tuesdays and Fridays belong to cauliflower and broccoli. Roast 3/4 of a cup of mixed florets at 400 degrees for about 12 minutes with herbs of your choice. These two cruciferous vegetables contain complementary sulfur compounds that supercharge each other's detox effects, giving your kidneys a powerful midweek reset. And on Saturdays, it's time for kale. Massage 1 cup of chopped leaves with a teaspoon of olive oil, let it rest for 10 minutes, then add it to a salad or a light soup. This simple step reduces oxalates and unlocks nutrients that protect your kidneys from oxidative stress. Choose younger leaves whenever possible. They're milder in taste and easier to digest. To make this routine effortless, set aside some time on Sunday to prep. Wash and chop your veggies, store them in containers, and even pre-massage your kale portions. That way you can grab and cook without thinking twice during the week. And don't forget hydration. Each serving of fiber needs about 8 extra ounces of water to move through your system smoothly and keep your kidneys flushing effectively. Most people notice changes within 2 to 3 weeks: more energy, clearer thinking, less swelling, and even better sleep. And those small wins build momentum, turning these foods from an experiment into a lifestyle. But here's the most important part: these vegetables don't just prevent decline. When used consistently, they create a foundation for long-term kidney resilience that supports your heart, brain, and immune system as well. And in the conclusion, I'll show you why the real difference between decline and protection comes down to action, and why the next 24 hours matter more than you think. You've just seen how 5 simple vegetables can create a real shield for your kidneys, protecting them from toxins, slowing decline, and even improving your GFR over time. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about small, consistent steps day after day that give your body the chance to heal and stay strong. So start where you are with what you have and trust that every choice matters. If this video gave you even one useful insight, make sure to save it now so you can come back later when planning your meals. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week we bring you the latest medical insights and practical kidney-friendly strategies to help you stay healthy and independent. Most importantly, hold on to this truth: kidney decline is not inevitable. You are not powerless. With the right knowledge and daily actions, you can protect your health, avoid the pain of dialysis, and enjoy more energy, clarity, and freedom in the years ahead. Your kidneys work tirelessly for you. Now it's your turn to give them the care they deserve.